So what brought me is Claudia,
Yeah.
my good friend who has been coming for about 3 years, who really enjoys it and who has been really happy with it. And she's been trying to get me to try it for a little while.
Initially, actually, it was my wife. She wanted me working less and a little bit out of the house more often. So about me, we did a introductory class and really liked the community that was here. And
So I work remotely, so it's isolating. So for social contact, so to kind of find a group. And I used to be with a Zen center, but the guy retired, so that's over. And so I was kind of looking for something. And Aikido seemed, there's a Zen component to it, at least some of the history of it. Other one is the world's always been dangerous, but now it feels dangerous. So I wanted to see if I can protect myself without, and the philosophy of Aikido is you don't attack and you do as minimum harm as possible. So I like that.
So like a lot of friends in the dojo, I did know somebody who had done Aikido. So back in 2021, my dad had a triple bypass heart surgery, open heart surgery. It was very emotional time, of course, for me and my family. And I had already been doing yoga and meditation, and I had these mindfulness practices, but I realized I didn't have anything relational, something that explores the way in which I relate to other people and navigate conflict.
I've basically been raised in and around the dojo. I briefly attended the children's class here at Aikido of San Diego for a short time, but really at that time, as a kid, I was being forced into it. It wasn't really my thing, and I was pretty resistant to joining the dojo for a long time, but I was definitely connected to the people here already through my mom, and over time I came to realize that I really wanted the kind of community that the dojo provided, and that I felt a deep connection to the people who come to Aikido for.
What brought me to Aikido was I was having a really difficult time with my business partner and also clients I was working with in my water conservation business. And one day I just stopped and thought, what do I need in this moment? And I thought, a martial art that I can stay balanced in the face of all this conflict. And our daughter, Allie, had practiced Aikido when she was 13. And so I'd seen them doing rolls and everything. I thought, it's Aikido. So I went online, I found Aikido San Diego. And the funny story is that just looking at the website, I felt that it was going to be the right place. And I went, and Sensei said, okay, do you want to do a trial class? I'm like, nope, I'm ready, sign me up, here's my credit card.
I had a very traumatic life event, and a friend of mine said, you need to learn Aikido. So I went to my local dojo and started interviewing places to train. And at the time, I thought I was learning to kick butt. But, that's not what this is about. And best move I ever made was to join this dojo. In fact, I picked this one because it just made me feel so welcome.
I just was interested in martial art, and I was exposed to it in my 20s from friends. And I didn't know what it was. There was a kind of a big ideal about this thing in your head about what a martial art is. And I really didn't know anything about it. And so I decided that, okay, I'm going to hang out and see what's going on. Our sensei, David Goldberg, I one of the first and only dojos I checked out for Aikido. And I liked the vibe enough to change, to join and hang out and stuff like that. And I realized that it was good for me, and I needed a diversity of interaction with people. And
was when I was in high school in Argentina. There was an exhibition one day where they were showing Taekwondo, Aikido, and other arts. And what I loved about Aikido was the fact that I could train a martial art without having to kick or hit someone. I know it sounds weird, but that's really how I felt at that moment.
Yeah, originally I was a college student, and a friend came up to me and said, I've discovered this thing, it's amazing, you have to take this class. And I said, yeah, I'll try it out. I was curious. And I had a phenomenal sensei, Martha Jordan sensei. And I said, Martha, my whole back is fused and I don't know if I can do this. And her answer was, let's see. And so that began my journey with Aikido.
My wife, she had already been training in Aikido for a year or two, and I would come and pick her up at the dojo a couple of times, and I saw, people training after class, having fun, laughing, doing fancy acrobatics. Seemed like a good community.
To me. I mean, I started because the movements were just so graceful and inspiring to me, and I stayed because of all the benefits it's brought me through the years.
Well, actually, my older cousin introduced me to it when I was in high school. We were together at a Thanksgiving family gathering, and he showed me a few things like kokyudoza and things like that, and I remember being kind of fascinated by it. So I got a few chances in college to try it out, and then when I came out to the West Coast, I got serious about it.